They had silenced a machine. But in doing so, they had triggered a colossal response from the planet itself.
Structure breach.
Deep underground,
We're under attack
the adversary's
from above.
facility is rocked by a violent tremor from an unseen source. The mission was a success, but in silencing the machine, they had just given the mountain a voice. The B-2 is slammed by a shockwave traveling through the air, a ripple from the groaning mountain below. They look back at a landscape scarred and transformed, a plume of dust rising where a mountain peak once stood.
General, the countdown has begun. Goliath will activate in 48 hours.
The target wasn't a structure or a force. It was a concept, a device capable of triggering a geological chain reaction. When every other option is off the table, when diplomacy fails and time runs out, you turn to the ghost. The B-2 Spirit. It's less an aircraft and more a legend, a whisper on the wind.
A long journey.
It always is.
All systems are ready, Commander. Have a safe return.
The cockpit seals, shutting out the world. From this moment on, they are a self-contained universe of two. On the runway, it is a machine of immense power, but the moment it takes flight, it ceases to exist to the outside world. As it ascends into the darkness, the B-2 becomes what it was named for, a spirit. For hours, there is nothing but the hum of the engines and the endless expanse of the night sky.
Peripheral sector is quiet. No signs of any intrusion.
There is only the journey, the objective, and the hum of systems working in perfect harmony. The first light of dawn paints the horizon, a beautiful spectacle that also signals their approach to the danger zone. The first blips appear on the tactical display, the outer perimeter of the most sophisticated air defense network on the planet. The autopilot disengages. The human element takes over. Now, instinct and training are all that matter. It descends, skimming the waves. Flying below the radar isn't just a phrase, it's a terrifyingly precise art form. A patrol vessel passes, its crew oblivious to the multi-billion-dollar ghost slipping by just over the horizon. The system's display blooms with threats. This is the Wall, a digital fortress they must pass through unseen. The aircraft banks, hugging the terrain, using the Earth's own contours as a shield against the electronic eyes searching for them. Here, in the canyon's shadow, a single electronic whisper, a single mistake, could bring the entire operation to a close. For a moment, they fly through a curtain of water from a cascade, nature providing a fleeting, beautiful camouflage. The hunter flies overhead, completely blind to the ghost lurking in the geological folds just beneath it.
Careful. There's an automated close-range air defense system ahead. We have to get through it fast.
A surge of power. The pilots are pushed back into their seats as the B-2 accelerates, a black blur against the canyon walls. They clear the grid. The automated turrets remain silent, their sensors reporting nothing but wind and rock. Now the high plains, a vast open space where there is nowhere to hide, relying solely on the aircraft's stealth properties.
Looks like a small atmospheric disturbance. Probably weather-related.
A subtle course correction. The pilots know that a single anomalous signal is all it takes to turn a ghost into a target. They enter a thick cloud bank, a welcome reprieve. The simplest tricks are sometimes the most effective. On satellite imagery, the B-2 is statistically non-existent, its advanced materials absorbing and deflecting any prying signals. A rendezvous point. Even the loneliest mission has unseen support, waiting silently in the dark. An aerial tanker emerges from the clouds like a mothership, a lifeline in the middle of hostile territory. The delicate high-stakes dance of aerial refueling begins. A moment of extreme vulnerability masked by incredible skill. With a full tank, they part ways. A silent acknowledgement passes between the crews, a shared understanding of the stakes. The objective is now visible on the horizon, a single jagged peak that holds the fate of millions in its stony heart. The mountain seems to possess a presence of its own, a silent sentinel, unaware of the judgment approaching from the sky.
Final perimeter. Close-range laser systems and constant patrol flights.
A gut-wrenching maneuver, a steep dive using gravity and speed to bypass the densest layers of detection.
Too close.
Directed energy beams slice through the air, inches behind the aircraft's tail. They use the mountain itself as a shield, weaving around its peaks to stay in the blind spots of the defense systems. The final approach. The aircraft slows, positioning itself directly above the designated point. The journey of 10,000 miles, the pinnacle of aviation technology, all comes down to this single silent release. The coordinates are locked. The system confirms a near-zero margin of error. It's a surgical strike from the edge of space. A single button press, a confirmation light. The payload is away, beginning its final solitary journey. The B-2 banks hard, its engines pushing it away from the target zone. Its part in the story is almost over. No flash, no sound, just a slight puff of dust, belying the incredible forces about to be unleashed. It doesn't detonate. It penetrates, tunneling through hundreds of feet of solid rock in fractions of a second. Deep underground, the adversary's facility is rocked by a violent tremor from an unseen source. The target device is hit by a massive kinetic shockwave. Its core overloads, its systems cascade into failure. In the Allied command bunker, a cheer erupts. The signal from the hostile device has vanished. The mission appears to be a total success.
Not yet. Wait.
It was transferred into the rock, awakening a power far older than any human technology. They had silenced a machine, but in doing so, they had triggered a colossal response from the planet itself. The B-2 is slammed by a shockwave traveling through the air, a ripple from the groaning mountain below. An entire face of the mountain gives way, a landslide of unimaginable scale, reshaping the very geography of the region. On the tactical display, the pilots watch in disbelief as the terrain map redraws itself in real time. The ground swells, forcing a river to halt its flow and begin pooling into a massive instant lake. This is the consequence. The price of playing with forces that humanity was never meant to control. The aircraft stabilizes, having weathered the atmospheric turbulence. They look back at a landscape scarred and transformed, a plume of dust rising where a mountain peak once stood. A fissure, miles long, tears across the land, a permanent reminder of the day's events. As they fly away, they leave behind a zone of geological chaos, a wound upon the face of the earth.
Was it worth it, Spirit? We followed orders, Ghost. That's all we could do.
The war with the enemy is over. The war with the consequences has just begun.
The long flight home is a stark contrast to the journey out. The seismic waves they triggered continue to ripple across the continent, detectable by monitoring stations thousands of miles away.
An unprecedented event. It's not natural, but it's not a conventional explosion either.
We heard the reports. Unbelievable. We just want to go home.
They are custodians of a terrible secret, the first witnesses to a new kind of power. In his office, the general contemplates the fine line between a strategic victory and a profound, irreversible act. The B-2 approaches its home base, returning from a journey that took it to the brink and back. It touches down, a graceful giant returning to its lair. The mission is officially over. As the canopy opens, the pilots are met not with cheers,
They share a burden no one else can understand.
The Ghost is towed back into the darkness of its hangar, its secrets safe within its composite skin. Global news networks buzz with speculation about the unprecedented seismic event, unaware of its true origin. For the crew, returning to normal life is impossible. How can you when you know you've physically altered the planet? Their names will never be known, their story never told. Their monument is the silent, altered mountain range miles away.
The threat from Goliath has been permanently neutralized. However, we are now facing a new set of challenges.
This fissure, it's still propagating, albeit very slowly. We've permanently altered the balance of the region.
Local wildlife flees the area, their ancient instincts warning them of the deep instability beneath their feet. The pilot reviews the mission data, searching for the exact moment a calculated risk became an earth-shattering reality. Looking at the night sky, it's hard to believe they were up there, holding the world's breath in their hands. The file is closed. History is written by those who know when to keep its secrets. Months later, life begins to return. Small, resilient green shoots emerge from the fractured rock. The two pilots meet again, two ordinary men who share an extraordinary burden.
We did the right thing. I know. But sometimes doing the right thing feels so heavy.
The cycle continues. New threats emerge, and the silent guardians wait, ready for the call.
The silence in his office is profound.
The world adapts. Humanity moves on, building its future on a planet that is subtly, yet irrevocably, different. The Ghost sleeps, a testament to a power so great, its only true measure is in its restraint. From the deep fissure in the earth, a single flower blooms, a symbol of life's persistence in the face of immense disruption. In their attempt to control nature, did they only prove how truly powerless they were? To contend with the power of the planet is to contend with a force you can never truly defeat. But the Earth's heartbeat is forever changed, and its seismic chart will never again be truly still.